It's Cookie Lab.
Hi, and welcome to Cookie Lab. I'm Jill.
And I'm Chris. And Jill, when I was a little boy, I've probably said this before, I've definitely told you this, there was a TV show called Rocket Ship 7 in Buffalo, New York. And
You'll have to remind
Commander Tom was the host, and he had a puppet that was a little dog named Marshmallow.
I know nothing of this.
And I was absolutely fascinated with Marshmallow. And I was so saddened when I became celiac to learn that some marshmallows are not gluten-free.
But not all marshmallows.
Not all marshmallows.
But you have to look at the labels just like everything else.
You do, and there's no reason for it.
No, I know.
So, today on Cookie Lab, it's a very special Cookie Lab. This is an after-school special Cookie Lab.
If I had known, I would have brought a dog puppet.
Yeah, it fits our laboratory.
Yeah, maybe
laboratory
we need a dog
assistant.
puppet on the show.
Okay, we will bring Marshmallow back, perhaps. But today we're bringing marshmallows back. We're going to make marshmallows.
What I thought you were going to say was something about how you once told me that marshmallows come from a plant called the marshmallow, and I did not believe you. But
History.
It's true.
It is so true.
It's true. And I was at a farmer's market in Summit, New Jersey, and I met these two guys who had gone through a agricultural program at Rutgers University, and they have a marshmallow farm. It's called White Stall Farm in New Jersey. And
Do they make it with real marshmallow?
yeah, and I bought them and they were delicious.
But do they make it with marshmallow root?
Yes, and they'll sell you the plants as well.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah.
Oh, we must go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're going to learn so much about marshmallows
Fantastic.
today. And unlike most cookie labs, because we now have a video component, we're going to bake on Cookie Lab.
Yay.
I don't think we've ever done that before.
Actually bake? I mean, we've done some things. We've done some chopping and frosting and
Yes, but also for the audio section of this, we're going to be describing what we're doing. It won't be too long because this is an easy process.
sounds great.
But it's extremely messy. It's great to do with kids, but you have to realize that you're going to have to clean up a lot.
That's cool.
All right, so once again, for those of you who do not remember our episode on the s'more sandwich cookie, the very first marshmallows, and all marshmallows to follow, come from a plant called Althea officinalis.
Sounds official.
Early civilizations, including ancient Greeks and Romans, used the root and the leaves of the marshmallow plant for medicinal purposes, often to help with inflammation and as a laxative. 2 cookies in a row, 2 treats in a row.
I forgot to mention last week that the rhubarb plant leaves are toxic.
Yes, don't
Is
eat
that
the
the ca-
leaves.
Is that the case with marshmallows?
I don't know.
It doesn't sound like it
didn't
if they're
read it.
using it for medicinal purposes.
They use the roots and the leaves
Okay.
of the plant. There is an herb store in Brooklyn called Duel's where you can still buy marshmallow root. And you can buy it online. But this was the first time I ever saw powdered marshmallow root.
Okay.
There is a package from Duel's called Root Powder of Marshmallow.
Eye of newt.
And it says it soothes irritation, hydrates tissues, and supports digestion. The same thing as the Greeks and Romans.
They were right all along.
Yeah. You can make a cold infusion in 8 ounces of cold water, stir well, and let sit for 1 to 2 hours
And
before
then does
drinking.
it like puff up into a marshmallow?
No.
Like your water glass is full of marshmallow?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be fantastic
Yes.
if that's all you had to do?
Yeah, or like just go buy a jar of fluff.
Yeah. All right. So
The official sandwich of the state of Massachusetts is the fluffer nutter.
we could make fluff.
We can make artisanal fluff.
Artisanal fluff. Yeah. Different flavors of fluff. Cinnamon fluff. Or you could make it taste like this.
It's rooty. It's like a root beer kind of.
It's pungent.
Yep. A little slightly peppery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Doesn't smell like marshmallow at all.
No.
No. So one of the reasons that people stopped making marshmallows with marshmallow root is because it tasted like this.
Oh.
The second reason is
Not so much of a treat in your hot cocoa.
that the marshmallow root was used as the thickening agent,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So it was the French who first marketed the marshmallow as a treat
Obviously.
rather than a medicine, combining the root juice of the plant to make it thick with eggs and sugar. They beat it into a foam and they formed a soft paste into a lozenge called, and you can do the French.
Pâte de guimauve.
We will see as we make this that along the steps you get some incredible hard candy.
Hard candy. Okay.
Yeah, it's like impossible to eat. It would be a great lozenge.
sucker, yeah.
Yeah. Its purpose for the French was twofold: to soothe the throat and taste good. But this treat was expensive and labor intensive, and we'll find
Sounds
out
like it.
during the science process how you get the root paste out of the root. Extracting the mallow, as we call it, from the plant was time consuming and expensive. By the end of the 19th century, gelatin replaced the juice from the actual plant because it was a close approximation, but much cheaper alternative. And marshmallows could now be made on an industrial scale. So, are you ready to make them on a micro scale?
I can't wait.
Let's go.
Okay.
We need 1/2 cup of water, 2.5 tablespoons of gelatin,
Just plain unflavored gelatin.
plain unflavored gelatin, 1/3 cup of corn syrup,
It's so clear looking.
2 cups of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a little bit of marshmallow
Root powder?
1 tablespoon, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and then 1/2 cup of arrowroot or cornstarch, and not chickpea flour, but
Are you saying that what you have in there isn't chickpea flour? It's just in a container that says chickpea flour?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
it is
Confectioner
confectioner
sugar.
sugar. All right. And today we're not using Mighty-licious flour, but they are always with us in our heart. So first, we're going to blossom the gelatin.
Blossom the
Blossom
gelatin,
the
Chris?
gelatin.
Say more, because I've not heard that.
All right, watch.
Okay.
So we're going to add it to the 1/2 cup of water and just sprinkle it on top and let it sit.
Sprinkle the whole thing. Like, first I'm going to put the water in the mixer.
Yep, let's put the water in the mixer. And then we're going to sprinkle gelatin on top of it.
There's something in there that I'm going to take out. Okay, ready?
Go. Just sprinkle.
Got to get it not on the sides of the bowl. You want this whole thing in there?
Whole thing. There we go. All right. That takes about 15 minutes.
Okay.
So while that is going to blossom, we are going to make a syrup.
Okay.
All right. We are going to put 1/2 cup of water into our little saucepan. Pour into that a 1/3 cup of corn syrup.
It's really viscous.
Very viscous. And then pour in the 2 cups of sugar, trying not to get any of the sugar on the side.
That's what I had to do with the gelatin in the mixer.
We turn it on to
I did a good job.
high flame, and we let that cook without stirring it at all. You can add 1/4 tablespoon of salt. We use
Quarter teaspoon.
1/4 teaspoon of salt. It is kosher
Oh,
salt.
the flame is so high. Oh, it's gone to 200. How hot do we want to get this?
We want to get it to 240 degrees.
Okay, it looks like we're getting there.
It's very hot.
Okay, we're there.
Okay. And now we can whisk the gelatin to break it up a little bit.
So how low?
We just want to break it up and mix it up. Turn it up one more. There we go. So the gelatin breaks up easily. It's not completely incorporated, but this will incorporate the rest of it. Now we must pour in the hot syrup.
Remember when Cookie Monster did that?
And you want to try to not hit the sides of the pan, the bowl,
Beautiful job.
because that will harden and turn into impossible hard candy.
It's hot and steaming. It's steaming up the mixer. Whoa!
Now you're going to want to do this for 10 minutes. You're going to want to stop, but do it for 10 minutes. It's going to look like it's finished way before, but it's not. Little pro tip, this is really hot and hard, so run some hot water in it and then reboil it to get this stuff out. As you incorporate air, it will get whiter and whiter. You're going to want to line a pan with parchment paper and then oil that parchment paper. Another pro tip. Don't throw this away. Get it good and crumbly. It's easier to stay in the pan. 20 seconds to go.
So exciting.
Okay, you have to work fast because this hardens very quickly. And
Oh,
if
you're putting it all together in a big... I thought you were going to make individual
Marshmallows?
squares. Yeah.
I don't have an extrusion machine. If you work fast, you will get most of your marshmallow out of the pan. If you work slowly, you will have hardened marshmallow inside your pan.
But why does it, why should it be hard?
As it cools, it gets firm, and it gets much more difficult to work with.
And then you can cut it into squares.
Yes, and then you can cut it into squares. But right now, it's still very warm. Our final step before putting it into the refrigerator is to put our mixture of confectioner sugar and arrowroot on top. It's snowing. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And now into the refrigerator overnight.
Ta-da!
Prepare your cutting area by sprinkling it with the rest of your arrowroot and confectioner sugar, and then dump your pan onto that, and you can cut it with an oiled knife. You ever wonder why your marshmallows have powder on them?
I don't think my marshmallows do have powder on
Oh,
them.
of course they do.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's why they don't stick to each other in the bag.
Yeah.
So do we get to try the marshmallows now?
Yes. Are you exhausted?
No, but I was just holding the camera. You were the one doing all that hard work at high
No,
speed.
it's fast. It's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
It's fast, and then you just have to be patient and wait overnight. And so, through the magic of Cookie Lab, we had prepared one last night, and
You don't want to reveal the
now we're
secrets
going
of our
to
lab.
eat them.
Okay.
Some fantastic marshmallows.
It's like Turkish delight. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful. Soft and a nice
Soft
flavor.
and chewy. Mm-hmm. Good flavor.
Yeah.
You can taste the vanilla. Mm-hmm. You get a little bit of the tang from the marshmallow. Definitely.
This is totally worth it. I mean, I haven't done the cleanup, but
The cleanup's easy.
It's delicious.
The pro tip of putting your syrup pan back on the stove with water and letting it boil and then wiping it out.
Game changer. For cleanup. I love this. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Yeah, I can taste the marshmallow root in it.
You could convince me.
You could leave it in, you could leave it out.
It's not overpowering me.
It's not necessary for the thickening of it anymore.
No, the gelatin does that.
Right. But if you didn't have gelatin, I would bet you would love to know about the science.
I do want to know.
Let me tell you. The marshmallow root is known for its mucilaginous properties, which means having a viscous or gelatinaceous property.
Remember mucilage from when we were kids?
Yeah, the glue. I love that stuff. With the,
Just roll it around.
and you press the dispenser
So I was
down.
just thinking it was a similar word.
Yeah. These properties, these mucilaginous properties.
Mucilaginous?
Or mucilaginous. Thank goodness you're here. Are derived from water-soluble polysaccharides.
That sounds like sugar.
Yes, they are made up of repeating sugar units linked together by glycosidic bonds. So we have glucose or fructose or these different types of sugars all held together into what we know as a polysaccharide. And the glycosidic bond is a type of covalent bond, which means that two atoms are sharing electrons. And that results in a molecule that's very stable in electron configuration.
It's a stable genius.
Essential for all living things. So the sugars are held together by glycosidic bonds. They connect the molecule to another molecule, which can be another sugar, a lipid, a protein. So you get a variety of products that are found in the plant. And they form this thick agent if you can get it out.
Get it out of the plant?
Yes. So
How
to
do we
make
do
that
it?
simple, marshmallow root is known for its thickening properties, which are derived from water-soluble polysaccharides found in the plant. These polysaccharides are arabinins, which are found in the roots, and they're highly branched, making them very good for thickening things. Galactonorohamnins.
Come on, you're making this up. What?
They are composed of galactose
Galactonorohamnins.
They're made up of galactose, glucuronic acid, galacturonic acid, and rhamnose, anti-inflammatories. Very well known anti-inflammatories, even though you've never heard of them. Pectin,
I've heard of it.
a major.
That's what when you're making jam, that's what you put in to make that thicken.
It makes up the cell walls of a plant, and it thickens. And mucilage polysaccharides. Marshmallow is particularly known for its high mucilage content, especially in the roots. 10 to 25% of the root is made up of these.
Cool.
And they are polysaccharides that form a protective, smooth film on mucous membranes. If you have a sore throat,
Sounds kind of gross.
here's where the French worked with their lozenge magic.
Oh.
Because they have these mucilage polysaccharides that form a coating on your throat and mucous membranes, it can be used to make sore throats feel better.
Irritation.
Yeah. So how do we get the mucilage out?
I don't know.
Cold water infusion. Soak it in cold water. Soak the root in cold water.
It's so interesting that you said that because, okay, when you first said, how do we get it out? I had this mental picture of a vanilla bean where you scoop out the pasty innards.
Yeah.
And then you said cold water
Infusion.
which is like how you make vanilla extract.
With alcohol.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Two unrelated processes.
But similar in that you're using a fluid to
No,
extract.
I mean the physical act of scraping
Oh, yeah.
out the inside of the vanilla bean and then the cold liquid kind of drawing out of the extra. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can do it with a cold liquid, water, and you let it steep for 6 to 8 hours or overnight, and you shake it occasionally, and then you strain the liquid through a fine mesh or cheesecloth, and you squeeze out any root pulp that's left behind.
Okay.
And what you're left with is a much more viscous liquid that can be used for thickening. It's a gooey, thick extract. You can do it with hot water, and it happens faster, and you simmer it on low heat for about 40 minutes, and then you let it refrigerate overnight for a stronger extract, but you're going to get the same thing. Simmering is called decoction. And in this one, you take full roots and you chop them and you boil them in water until they're soft. You take the roots out of the water and you use a mortar and pestle and you
Kind
beat
of smear it.
the root until it's a fine, smooth paste, and then you use that paste. So,
Options.
one tip that they often give is to wash your marshmallow root before you do it.
How come?
You use it because you don't want dirt in your
Nobody wants dirt in their marshmallows. That would
marshmallows.
straight up bummer right there.
Yeah, there. As I looked into it, there are all these stories on the internet of families going out into the marshes of Plymouth and along the Cape where marshmallow grew wild, and you had to be very careful because you get stuck in the mud or the tide could come in and you could not get out, and
Stranded.
that the marshmallow itself, if you harvest too much of it, it won't grow back the next year.
Gotta be careful.
So it was very arduous to get the marshmallow, and that was another reason that it was not commercialized until gelatin came into the
Makes sense.
mix. So, well, enjoy the marshmallows, Jill.
Yes, thank you so much.
I
I
hope-
definitely want to try this at home.
I hope that our listeners and viewers enjoyed the cooking. We've never done that before. Let us know what you think, if you love it or hate it, and we will try more. This is an easy recipe, easy peasy recipe, and takes about half an hour. And next week on Cookie Lab,
Something completely different?
I can't wait.
Me neither.
Bye.
See you then.
It's Cookie Lab.